So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Young now. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And the Panthers are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
A chance for the first points of this Super Bowl. It's first and goal. Now Young. And once again, this is Sanders. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Again, it's Young. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown! Hayden Hurst from 3 yards out. And the Panthers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Those are the drives that prove a lot. You got a rookie quarterback, Charles. You're on the road, takes him down, throws the touchdown pass.
And in a game like this, with, as you described, a rookie quarterback, the team usually says, okay, we got to take care of this guy. We got to protect him. But when he goes out and plays like this on the first drive on the road, he doesn't have to say, I'm here to be your leader. They just need to follow him.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Now Greg Dortch going to bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the number 1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
And he spoke very eloquently and passionately on media day about what a victory here would mean for him. He knows this just isn't any other game. This is the kind of game that stays with you for a lifetime. If there's anyone on this field tonight who's most ready for this moment, I think it's this man right here.
Screen pass to Connor. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we are off to... So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it. Love the play call that time. Love the design. You put 3 tight ends on the field. That screams jumbo set, running formation to a defense, right? No, they go play action, and defense gets confused for just a split second. And next thing you know, completion for good yardage.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Murray a give. This is Connor. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Murray. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, Murray. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Derek Brown in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium in Super Bowl 58. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi trophy as we begin the 4th and final quarter of action. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And Raheem Blackshear now to return it. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Right back to Hubbard. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A give up the middle, Hubbard. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he will have a Panther 1st down. And it is celebration time on that sideline, and they've earned it. It's a pickup of 13, and with that 13 yards, this ball game just about over.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout. That's it. It's all over. And the Carolina Panthers are your Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears.
The Carolina Panthers now move on to round 2. Now, in this next round, we have the Cowboys versus the 49ers.
Do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey?
It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the
It's the team of the 80s versus the team of the 90s. The Niners, the Cowboys, they're underway. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
A second down throw for Prescott. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Prescott. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they Didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This 2nd and 4. Prescott. Going right back to Ferguson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now the ball comes loose, and now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Looking to throw, Prescott. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Prescott now. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
And his kick is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Well, now how about this return? He's to midfield. Still going past the 30. And he takes it all the way, but there is a flag down, so hold the celebration. This one's coming back.
What the hell? That was the first time I've ever seen that happen in this game.
Get frustrated when they see
that is
of this sort
such
on kick
bullshit,
returns,
though.
but it is
They called a
difficult to
flag
do it
on
right
that.
against these moving
That's just
targets at full
crazy.
speed.
Okay, they're just
Anxious
looking at the
moment or two
Cowboys
there, but
apart.
they do
Holy
get him
shit.
down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Final play of the half. Purdy looking deep for Jennings. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've hit halftime here in what obviously is a very fast-moving first half of play. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there. Getting through the break at record pace and right back to football. Third quarter, here we go. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Just one field goal in a tightly played first half as we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Final minute now of the third quarter. A second down throw for Purdy. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
That is caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here comes second down at 5. Here's Purdy. This defense not going to lag back. They come with pressure that time, force him out of the pocket, and the incompletion.
And so many times when you're watching a game, you're seeing the offense doing all the dictating. In this case, the defense said, we're dictating the terms, and turned it loose towards him.
A big play looming on third down. Purdy to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Moody good with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's finished off by a receiving touchdown from Christian McCaffrey. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. To throw, Prescott. That's complete to Lamb. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They've got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
2
timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. Complete. Pollard. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Well, the faithful in full roar here in Santa Clara. This is 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 37.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's Dak. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Prescott. This for all the marbles. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost fell
San Francisco now moves on to the next round. And in the next match, it is the Buccaneers versus the Vikings.
But unable to succeed.
It's Madden NFL 24, and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the Vikes and the Buccaneers, and it's coming up next.
And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Today, 2 NFC clubs going head-to-head as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and as we look at this matchup, every time there's something different to focus on. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Oh, secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Tampa. This taken in at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. Under center, it's the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner as you get a look at Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Going right side is White, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On second down, they'll run with White. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Naturally so. The defense was keyed in on everyone but the back on that play, and it took them an extra second to react when he got the carry. It's still a tough third down to pick up here, but a lot more manageable after an excellent carry on second down.
On third down, Mayfield. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
And one nice thing you can always say about Kirk Cousins is that he's consistent. Always puts up nice numbers each and every year. If there is a downside to his game, it's been the lack of playoff success. All in all, though, a formidable starting quarterback at a time in the league where it's tough to find your franchise guy.
Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
2nd down, Cousins. Touchdown, Vikings! Jordan Addison from 4 yards out. And the Vikings are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. But down here, I thought they were going to hand that off. Instead, a well-designed play and the pitch and catch for the touchdown.
And I wonder who came up with it. Was it a call from the bench? Did the quarterback have a good idea and suggest it? In any event, clearly an effective play call. They saw something they liked in coverage, and they targeted it for the short yardage throw.
And the perfect way to cap their opening drive. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And his pass incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll go up the middle with White, and he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Mayfield now from the 50. It's caught by Mike Evans. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Mayfield. Looking Mike Evans' way again, and he's got another one. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield. They're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
1st down, here's White. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Second and 9.
Mayfield now.
Here's White. They set up the screen.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice...
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Trey Palmer in the final seconds of the first half. And the Buccaneers have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
So the late touchdown ties things as they will kick this one away in the final stages of the half. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
Cousins. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Well, as we all know, possessions are crucial in a tie game, and let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the sideline.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. To throw is Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Cousins. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. That's pulled in at the 32. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Back now in Tampa. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. They keep it on the ground. White again. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10. On the draw, it's White. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on to kick it away. On the return is Powell. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out. on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Cousins. Pass complete. It's Hockenson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Cousins to throw.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
Here's 2nd down.
Now Cousins.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Here's Cousins.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, boy, this sets up for a huge call now on 4th down, because you can try the long field goal, you could go for it, or you could punt and play for overtime. I am so glad, partner, that I don't have to make those kind of decisions. Let's see what they decide.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Oh, that's a big pickup right there. That play might have saved them. Now they got to get up to the line of scrimmage quick. They've got to spike it.
Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10.
They'll go Madison up the middle. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Tension building. Here's Greg Joseph.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And it'll be a fun time in the Twin Cities tonight. The Vikings win it.
Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game. But, hey, they got enough points to get the job done. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win. And in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long.
Okay, so that was round 3. The Vikings get the win, so they move on to the next round. This next game is the Falcons versus the Seahawks.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll see who rules the skies in today's battle. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Seattle Seahawks, and it's kicking off next on Madden
Renamed
NFL
in late
24.
2020, there's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis, and before we kick... Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And you know how scouts always talk about checking all the boxes? I think this young man does exactly that when you're looking for an NFL quarterback. Proven leader. Teams went 43-6 while he was in college. Has speed, dual threat ability, and the production off the charts while he was in school, and also did a nice job of limiting turnovers. When you put it all together, there's a lot to be excited about for this young quarterback.
Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Ritter. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And back deep is DJ Dallas. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
Great play that time defensively by Zach Harrison.
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, here's Smith. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Geno. is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. It's taken to the 26. Unable to corral him. He fights through. A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Robinson. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now, Falcon football. As they've got it 2nd and 7. Working from the gun, Ritter. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Flying in to pick up that sack, Jordan Brooks.
Now how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz. And the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Ritter and the Falcons need an answer and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack. They'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Could we get a touchdown to this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Ritter now. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Ritter back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they are going to have a first down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Ritter. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This a 27-yard attempt here. Koo knocks this one through the post. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. And now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. So we've hit halftime in what was obviously a very fast-moving first half of play. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. If you missed the first half, there's not much to get you caught up on. Just the
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. This taken in at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And maybe time for this offense to really hit the reset button. They were shut out in the first half, but still, they're right in this game.
They certainly are. And what I like about it is that you actually continue to play. You know, you just find a way to make a few plays yourself, and you noted it. Right there on the border in this game, they're not that far off. Just got to find a play or two, and they could be very happy at that point.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
That is caught, and he is going to have a Seahawks first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game, 1st and 10 here. A.J. Terrell coming up to make the play.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. It's caught inside the 25. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Here's Smith. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
Here we go. First and goal. Smith. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
From the 2 now, second and goal. Smith to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now an option play on second down. And he is going to have a Falcons first down, and it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Down to a knee goes Ritter, and that should be enough to finish this one off.
Brandon, I can just tell you from experience, there's nothing like pitching a shutout on defense, but even more so when it's a tight game. I mean, when every defensive play is crucial and you don't give up any points, boy, they're going to feel awfully good about themselves after this one.
Yeah, exactly. The offense wasn't humming, but, hey, all they needed was... Well, you can't score 1 point. All they needed was 2 points. Well, you can't score 2 points on offense. All they needed was at least 3, and they got what they needed.
They got what they needed. Exactly right.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
Well, you know what they say. It's always fun to work on things if it didn't go well in your game with a victory in your pocket. And that's what they've got going.
All right, so the Atlanta Falcons take it for the victory, 3-0. So, now we have got the Packers versus the Commanders.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is,
Here's Anders Carlson set to get this one started, and we are underway here at Lambeau. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And he left North Carolina with most of his school's records, and at one point was thought to be maybe the #1 quarterback in his draft class. He does bring deceptive athleticism and plenty of upside to the table. Add some consistency, and maybe he can really unlock what he can be in the NFL.
With a juke. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And Howe will throw it. And his throw is incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. And now it's 2nd down. Now Howe. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one, because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there's no way that ball was going to be caught.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Howell. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. It's Howe with another throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Howell. And that's going to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Howell down to throw it. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Out of the gun, it's Howell.
This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Howell, he'll look to throw it.
To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete.
Great coverage down in the end zone. He's scanning the field, looking. No one ever came open. So in the end, he makes the best decision and just fires it over the end line.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 25 yards out.
Sly able to put this one through.
And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
Well, the good thing is still first quarter, and they didn't come out of it with points. In a sense, they could look at it positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our... Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Just one field goal and a tightly played first half as we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Keyshawn Nixon now going to bring it out of his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. Back now at Lambeau.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now Love. And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Here's Love.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. Love looking to throw it. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
Too far for a field goal. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Love. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10.
Here's Love. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Flush to his right, and he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks.
They'll come to the line. This is 3rd and 3.
Now Love.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime.
Let's go, y'all.
So here now is Anders Carlson in a really big spot.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. This hasn't exactly been a battle of one touchdown after the other, quite the opposite. But at 3-3 now here in the 4th, it's been an entertaining game considering just 2 field goals.
Yeah, is it really a football game now, or are we watching baseball? Because this feels like a pitcher's duel, doesn't it? Nice, intense, on the edge of your seat. Have you been scoring this one? A lot of strikeouts and ground balls in this one.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles, because my palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the 3rd drive of overtime. And as we know, from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself, but let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Howell. And that one's going to come up a little short. It's incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. One overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that 2nd overtime in just a moment. Here's Tressway now. And in double overtime, this needs to be a good one. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points. And now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it. That's a good start to the ball game. Maybe a little bit of a tone setter offensively. They come out throwing right away, and it's an early completion and a quick 1st down.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Love looking to throw it. Able to find Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
2nd and a couple. Love going to give this one to Jones. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. So the OT clock hit 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this.
From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Love with a give to Dillon. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Love from the gun. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now a 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. His throw incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Now Jones. And he gets it a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. So the OT clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this. One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him again. All right, well, they didn't kick it on 2nd down, now 3rd and goal. You have to kick it here.
Absolutely have to kick it, because if you get a bad snap, you fall on it, you got a chance to kick it again on 4th down. Let's say it gets blocked and it's behind the line of scrimmage. You fall on it, you get another chance at it. Give yourself that option. Give yourself that opening.
On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game. But, hey, they got enough points to get the job done. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win. And in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis.
All right, guys. So the Packers just won. The next game is going to be the Bears versus the Rams. But sadly, this will be this game that we just watched will be the last game of today's stream. Tomorrow in the morning at 10 a.m. I will be on and I will be streaming the second part to this tournament. And we'll also be introducing the beginning of the AFC conference playoffs. So as of right now, the winners in round 1 is the Panthers. Round 2 winner was the 49ers. Round 3 winner was the Vikings. Round 4 winner was the Falcons. And round 5 winner was the Packers. So tomorrow will be the start of the match between the Bears and the Rams. I hope to see you guys there, and I'll see you guys in the next one.